Hello, it's Monday the 12th. I'm FxPlew, and if you haven't heard the news, the UK is jolly cold this morning, but we'll persist with the market brief because the main events this week are the central bank meetings and the accompanying interest rate decisions. For the Bank of England, the MPC will be considering monetary policy where interest rates are close to the neutral rate. This is pretty new territory for all involved, as interest rates have been accommodative at historically low levels for more than a decade now, since the financial crisis of 2008. However, inflation is still rising in the UK and the economy is faltering. Monetary policy has been tightened across the last 12 months with a rate hike at every meeting in the hopes of addressing that rising inflation. The rate hikes have been deliberately small and gradual so as not to put excessive pressure on the UK economy by restricting demand too quickly and causing a recession. Yet here we are, 1 year on, and inflation has certainly not been brought under control. The hawks are therefore calling for more aggressive policy action, perhaps following the Fed's footsteps with a 75 basis point rate hike. But meanwhile, the doves are more concerned about the weakness of the UK economy, which is expected to be in official recession by Q1 next year. The MPC meet on Wednesday this week, and then Andrew Bailey will step up and announce the result of their vote on Thursday in his press conference. The only remaining question is really around how big the rate hike will be. With the lingering doubts, sterling slipped to about 121.05 against the dollar last week, but we did recover to about 122.55 just before the weekend. We start the new week around 122.25 against the dollar. We're about 116.20 against the euro, and euro dollar is around 105.15 this morning. Over in the US, it's a similar focus. The focus is on the Fed this week. They remain committed to tackling inflation with the stated aim of bringing inflation back to their 2% target. However, there is still a long way to go before that plays out, and there is ongoing consideration behind the scenes apparently to perhaps revise their target higher. The 2% target was put in place to anchor prices and allow the central bank to manage interest rate policy in order to achieve price stability. So many feel that it's not really prudent to just adjust the target willy-nilly because the economy shifted and the target was breached, regardless of the scale of any such breach. The smart money is on 50 basis points as a rate hike this week, perhaps coupled with a slightly softer tone from Powell's press conference, which will be on Thursday. And that's because inflation may have peaked in the US, and so another 75 basis point rate hike is considered a bit risky by those who believe the economy may already be on the verge of recession. That said, Powell may well hint that they'll revert to another jumbo 75 basis point rate hike on the sign of inflation regaining any momentum. But for the time being, an optimistic outlook sees the US economy achieving that soft landing and avoiding any recession. The dollar index recovered last week. That bounced off support of around 104.10, and we closed the week just shy of the 105 mark. Right, that's it from me. Bertie's got the zoomie, so wish me luck getting him back on the lead. Join me again tomorrow.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.